Hello again. This is Jim Musser with Upstream Ministries, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Views from Downstream. This is episode 32, and this week we're talking about the cost of discipleship. Today I want to talk about what that looks like in particularly parents' lives. What is it? What are the costs associated with deciding to be discipled and to disciple your kids? There's a cost in time and priorities, because if you commit to being discipled so that you can disciple your children, then you're going to have to commit the time for that discipleship. You're going to have to submit to someone else, some spiritual mentor or group that can help you learn how to follow Jesus. And then when you're turning around and discipling your own kids, you're going to have to count the cost of what priorities you're going to have in making your kids understand and learn how to follow Jesus and what that looks like. And so those are the big costs involved. And it may sound simple, but it's not, because when you start looking at your day and you spend so many hours working, so many hours doing maybe food prep, doing cleaning, all that kind of thing, and attending to your kids and all their activities and house maintenance and all that, there is going to have to be some changes in your priorities, because you're not going to just find the time. You're going to have to make the time for these things. You're going to have to make the time to study the Word. You're going to have to make time to pray. You're going to have to make time to serve. You're going to have to prioritize giving in your budget. You're going to have to prioritize time with your kids in various activities to help them learn how to follow Jesus, learn how to know Him and follow Him. And those all take time. And we all have the same amount of time, 24 hours a day. And you take 6 to 8 hours of that away for sleep, and then that's what you got left. And so how are you going to spend that? And so you need to do an inventory of your time and see what you can carve out so that you have time to really learn the scriptures, to learn how to pray, to teach your kids the scriptures, to teach them how to pray, to serve and to teach your kids how to serve. That is going to be a cost that you will have to bear. And it's not going to be convenient. And you are likely to get some pushback from your children, because it will be a new way of living for them, which they're not used to. And you will have to resist that in a loving way. But it's worth the cost, because instead of letting the church raise your kids spiritually and ineffectively 50 to 80% of the time, you will be able to spend time raising your children to follow Jesus is way more effective and the way God set it out to be. So I want to challenge you to just do an audit of your time and figure out the cost, and begin to figure out what you need to do first to be spiritually mature enough to disciple your own kids and know how to do that. And secondly, what it's going to take for you to be able to show them what it means to love the Lord and follow Him. And see how much time that's going to take, and see how you're going to carve that out. Because as I say in my book, You can't do discipleship on the cheap. Jesus never did, and he doesn't call us to do it on the cheap. It needs to be an investment of our time and of our minds and hearts. And so take that and think about that, and we'll see you back here on Friday, and we'll talk more about the cost of it to the church of centering our activities around discipleship. Have a great day.